Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Happy, thankful, happy Testimony Tuesday. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? As y'all jump on, y'all come on. Speak to you, girl. Let me know how your day has been going thus far. How has y'all Tuesday been going? Don't be afraid. Speak. Welcome to another daily devotion. Welcome to another daily devotion. Today's topic is called Don't Let a Wall Build Up Between You. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Come on and like my live, share my live, because you never know who may need what it is that I have to say. Come on in, speak to your girl. Don't be quiet. Y'all come in. No. Come on in and speak to your girl. Welcome to Daily Devotion. It says, don't let a wall build up between you. It's coming from 1 Corinthians 13, chapter 7th verse. Love never gives up, never loses faith, and is always hopeful and endures through every circumstance. An unknown author wrote these words. Their wedding picture mocked them from the table. These two whose minds no longer touch each other, they live with such a heavy barricade between them that neither battering rams of words nor artilleries of touch could break it down. Somewhere between the oldest child's first tooth and the youngest daughter's graduation, they lost each other. Throughout the years, each slowly unraveled that tangled ball of string called self. And as they tugged at stubborn knots, each hid his searching from the other. Sometimes she cried at night and begged the whispering darkness to tell her who she is. He lay beside her, snoring like a hibernating bear, unaware of her winter. She took a course on modern art, trying to find herself in colors splashed upon canvas, complaining to the other women about men who are insensitive. He climbed into a tomb called the office, wrapped his mind in a shroud of paper figures, and buried himself in customers. Slowly, the wall between them rose, cemented by the mortar of indifference. One day, reaching out to each other, they found a barrier they could not penetrate. And recoiling their coldness of stone, each retreated from the stranger on the other side. For when love dies, it is not in a moment of angry battle, not when fiery bodies lose their heat. It lies panting, exhausted, expiring at the bottom of a wall it cannot scale. So, your word today is don't let the wall build up between you. Now, that was so good. That was so good. I didn't think that this is the topic, like this is where we was going to go today. But basically it's talking about don't let the wall build between you and your spouse. Sometimes we can let life happen and we get caught up in working all the time and we get caught up in the kids, and sometimes we forget that we made a commitment to each other and we begin to drift apart. And me and my husband, we was there. We was there. You hear me? We was there 2 years ago. Because I just reposted the reel. What else? Friday? Thursday or Friday. I reposted the reel talking about how God restored my marriage. I reposted it because it was 2 years ago that God healed and restored my marriage. Because if you have a blended family, then you know that there are a lot of bumping of heads and it's a lot of compromising in a blended family. And we're a blended family with 5 kids. My husband had 2 kids prior to us getting married, and I had 1. And his daughters, they stayed with their mom, and my oldest son stayed with us. And my oldest son was the only child for 13 years. So he was my only child for 13 years. So when me start dating my husband, it immediately, like, I don't know, my son, I guess because it was for me and him for so long, he didn't like me bringing in somebody, I guess, in his territory. So like him and my husband, Lord, it's sometimes I feel like they was battling for my attention. And I mean, it was bad. Like they, like I had to get between them numerous times. They actually got physical one time, once, I think. It might have been 2. I can't remember. I remember 1 for sure that they got physical between 2. This was after my son, started smelling himself. He a teenager. I think he was like 16. And I had to get between. Well, I had to break them up because they was in here fighting. Okay. So I know how it is. You are getting consumed with work. You're getting consumed with life happening. You trying to figure out who you are in your marriage. Your husband trying to figure out taking care of a family. Got a child that at times I felt like my son was coming between, like their relationship was becoming between our marriage. So I felt like their relationship was what was the wall that was in our marriage. And we went to we was in counseling. Me and my husband went to marriage counseling, and they wanted to bring my son in. So we went to counseling with him as well. And then as soon as we started counseling, y'all, I found out that I was pregnant with our last child. So that was a whole nother thing that we had to bring in because life was lifing. And we already had friction over here and then find out we was pregnant. And then it was during the pandemic. Like that was I don't know who else was pregnant during the pandemic, but me being pregnant during the pandemic, I felt I was all alone. Even though my husband was here, I felt alone in this pregnancy because with our daughter, my husband, he was at every single appointment. Every appointment that he could get off and come to, he was at every single appointment. And then with this one during the pandemic, they wouldn't allow him at none of my appointments. They didn't even let him come to the appointment where we found out the gender. Like I had to record it and send it to him because of the pandemic, and they was not letting anybody other than me come to the appointment. So with my son, like with our youngest, I felt like I went through that pregnancy alone. So we had all of that building up in our marriage that was causing a separation. So with all that, I was fasting, I was praying. Like, I'm like, Lord, like this can't be life. Like me and my husband, we beefing at times. My husband and my son beefing because my son still don't know if he want to grow up, if he want to be my baby and be up under me. He don't know if he want to grow up and be a man. It was just a lot, okay? It was a lot. And then while we was going through all of that, my son um unalived himself in 2022. So at the like I think at the height of where the wall was in our marriage, when it was a lot, it was a lot. And when I didn't think it could get any worse, our oldest son unalived himself. And with the passing of him, it brought us together. And me and my husband, we went to a couples retreat at my cousin's church. I remember it. I don't know. I think it might have been March 20th, 2023, a few months after our son had unalived himself. And it's she was going through the Bible, showing us, how the Bible, what the Lord says about marriage in the Bible and everything, and what we should be doing according to the word. And at the end of this, it's like we renewed our vows. She had us recite our vows back to each other. And then I don't even know the name of the song, but it's a song that she played, and she had us hug each other. As y'all jump on, y'all like my live, share my live. Come on here. Now y'all know we be having more likes on here to we don't come on, y'all. Y'all playing with me today. Y'all playing today. Y'all can just sit here for 30 seconds and tap that screen over here on TikTok. But she had us hug each other for a whole song. I don't know if you ever just held your husband, wife, your spouse, just hold them for a whole song while the song played. I don't know if you ever done that before, but that's what she had us do. And while we did that, the Lord spoke to me and say, I had to take to restore. You were at something because you knew your marriage needed something. Your marriage needed it. Like my cousin at the last minute ended up gifting us tickets to go to this. So I was like, oh, we're supposed to be here. Like my husband, I think at that time, did he work? Did he work that day? I think he had work. And when he got off work, we went, we drove like an hour away because their church is about an hour away from us. And we drove an hour away to go to this couple's brunch at their church. And in the middle of that song, God came to me and said, I had to take him to restore your marriage. So can you imagine the Lord telling you that he had to take your child in order to restore your marriage? I boo-hoo cried. You hear me? I mean, I boo-hoo cried. Because I was like, I want my child here. I want my husband too. But I want my child here too. But even in the midst of losing a child, God let me see the good in it. I hate that I lost my child. I hate it. Like, I hate it. But God turned it around. He turned it around. I know my son was sent here for a purpose. My son was sent here in order for me to walk into my purpose. I know some people don't get it. Some people don't understand how I talk about it. Some people don't understand the goodness of God through this. And I say that's okay. It's not meant for everybody to understand. Those who get it, get it. Those who don't, it's okay. Like today's lesson says, it said, don't let the wall build up between you. And my husband and I had let the wall build up. And the only way for the wall to come down, to bring us back together, God had to come and get my child. That's heavy. That is, whew. That is, mm, 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 mm. So don't lose sight. Don't lose sight of your marriage. Don't lose sight of each other, even though life is lifing. Even though life is lifing. Even though the kids may be acting up and you trying to figure out how you can manage work, the kids, your sanity. Keep praying. Keep praying. Keep fasting. Give it over to God. Give it to Him. Give it to Him. Like I said yesterday, it doesn't matter how small or how big it is. Give it to God. Don't let the wall build up between you. It says, love never gives up. It never loses faith. It is always hopeful and endures through every circumstance. Marriage, it takes work. I know some people get married because they want the wedding and everything, but they don't understand. Once you get married and you leave the wedding, and it's just the two of you, or maybe it's the two of you and some kids, but it's the two of you first and then the kids, because your kids are going to leave. They're going to grow up and they're going to leave, and then it's just going to be the two of y'all in that house. And if you're focusing so much on the kids and not focusing on each other, who the two people y'all go? Who is y'all gonna be looking at each other like, who is this man that I marry? Oh my goodness, I got to be alone with this man in this house. I don't even know him because I was so caught up with the kids that we didn't take time to date each other. Make sure y'all are still dating each other. That's one thing me and my husband really had to do, because we would get so focused on the kids, we did stop dating. And I prayed and asked God, I was like, Lord, can you send me some Christian married couple friends? And God answered my prayer in like a month. Girl I know, our kids went to school together, and she inboxed me and told me about her marriage ministry. And I am so grateful for them, because we do a couples date every month. And we recently had one last Saturday, and me and my husband hosted, and we went bowling. Like, we had a time. But I just like the fact that we can get around other Christian believers and have fun. I'm not saying I don't have other friends that aren't married, but I specifically asked God for married Christian friends, and He gave that to me, because it was in a time where I needed it. I still have my other friends, but I needed these, because when I'm going through something in my marriage, I can go to them and they're going to give me scripture to help me through what it is that I'm going through. And the thing is, a lot of times I don't go to people. I don't know if y'all like me or not, but I don't really go to people. I don't go to people about my marriage. Like it, because I've become accustomed to giving God everything, and I talk to God about every single thing, every part of my life, everything that happens, every little thing. It doesn't matter what it is. I talk to him like he's my daddy, and I go to my daddy and I tell my daddy everything. I tell my daddy who's bothering me. I tell my daddy who, if somebody messing with me and I feel like I want to fight them, I talk to him about everything. So normally I don't go to people about things that go on. But when I do, it has to be something serious. And I did have to do that recently, but it's a part of the process. It's a part of the process. Get a regular paper, a pencil, so you can do your homework. Put that top on there. I'm sorry, y'all. Our daughter, she's doing homework. So don't let the wall build up between you. It says, for when love dies, is not in a moment of an angry battle. It's not when fiery bodies lose their heat. It lies panting, exhausted, expiring at the bottom of a wall it could not scale. Wait a minute. Your marriage did not come to this place overnight. It was a series of things that happened over time that was overlooked because you was focusing on the kids, you was focusing on finances, you was focusing on work, you was focusing on your mental health, you was just focusing on everything else except for your marriage. And if that's you, I'm here today to tell you, don't let the wall build up between you two. Take a step back. Evaluate your life and see what you can take away, see what you can rearrange so that you can get back to where you and your spouse used to be. Start planning date night. If you can't do a date night every week, plan one at least once a month, once every 2 weeks. Plan a date night. I know me and my husband got so consumed with life and everything. We haven't traveled out of town with just the two of us in a minute. But we're going to do it this year, okay? I'm going to make it my business. Even if I have to surprise him and get him to go, we're going to go, just the two of us. Thank you, Pastor. I appreciate you. Even if it's just the two of us, I'm going to make sure that the wall does not build up again, because it has in the past between my husband and I. But God restored it. So just because the wall built is there doesn't mean that God can't restore your marriage, because he healed and restored mine 2 years ago. Hey, Aiden, put the top back on there. 2 years ago, God healed and restored my marriage. I pray that you all were blessed by today's daily devotion. All things are possible. That's right. That's right, Pastor. All things are possible with God. There's nothing too big for him. Sometimes you have to tell your mountain how big your God is. So whatever it is that you're going through, tell Aiden, whatever it is that you're going through, you're going to have to tell them out. I don't know who you think you is, but my God is bigger. Because sometimes I think we forget how big God is and we put him in a box instead of looking at him and seeing how big he is and all the things that he can do, because he created this world. So how can you put him in a box when he's the one who created this world? He created the universe that people go to and pray to and all that. He created it. I pray that you all were blessed by today's daily devotion. Don't let the wall build up between you. Make sure you are making it a point between you and your spouse to date. Make sure you are sending them little notes while they're at work. Just sending them, I love you. Or put a little note in the lunchbox. That's what I do to my husband. When I fix his lunch, I slip a note in his lunchbox every day that I fix his lunch. I just send him a note letting him know that I appreciate him and that he's a good father. Like, that's something that I made sure I just started doing one day. And I remember one day I didn't do it, and he was like, I didn't get a note in my lunch bag. So it's the little things over time that begin to build your wall. So if you don't want that wall between the two of you, make sure that you are doing some little things that you might think is something minor, but it may be big to them by sending them a I love you in their lunchbox or texting them during the day, asking them how are they doing. 1 Corinthians 13, chapter 7th verse. Love never gives up. It never loses faith. It's always hopeful and endures through every circumstance. I pray you all have an amazing night on purpose, and I will see you all back here tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See y'all later. Bye-bye.
Mommy.
Yes, sir.
What